Today, Francis had winds of 145 miles an hour and was headed toward a possible landfall tomorrow night. It was twice the size of Hurricane Charlie, the storm that devastated the state's central Gulf Coast last month. Terrence Smith has more on the storm. He spoke a short while ago to Alan Levine, the Secretary of Healthcare Administration in Florida.
Mr. Levine, tell us what you expect from this storm and why you felt you had to go ahead and order the evacuation.
Well, the evacuations were ordered by the local county emergency operations centers based on the forecast from the National Weather Service that shows that this is a very large, a very dangerous hurricane, likely to affect the east coast of Florida, anywhere from the southern part of Florida to mid-central Florida. So it's a very serious storm.
And a huge number of people in its path, is that right?
Yes, sir. The southeast part of Florida is a very populated area. Our main concern, obviously, is the safety of the people that live there and that are visiting there, which is one of the reasons why the local folks ordered the evacuations.
How are those evacuations going? We see some pictures on television of long lines of cars. They're moving, but there are a lot of cars.
There are, and one of the things we're encouraging people to do is to move 10 miles, not necessarily 100 miles. The roads can get very busy. We're monitoring that. In fact, the Florida Highway Patrol and the Florida Department of Transportation have been monitoring that on an ongoing basis, and they have some opportunities to try to make the roads work a little bit more smoothly when the time comes. But at the moment, we're encouraging people to move 10 miles inland rather than try to get 100 miles away.
What can they do to speed it up if indeed they do get too congested?
Well, there are certain things they can do. They can reverse lanes. They can do some other things to open up that traffic when it comes to that. Right now, they are monitoring, and the traffic is slowing down, but it is moving. And again, I get back to the issue of trying to make sure people realize they don't have to leave 100 miles. If they get away from the coastal areas, if they have special needs, special medical needs, we want to get them to a special needs shelter. And that's really what our main focus is right now.
What about people with special needs and people in hospitals? What are you doing about them?
Well, we've had some hospitals evacuate. We've had all of our hospitals and nursing homes in the state of Florida have evacuation plans, and some of those hospitals are executing those plans as we speak. We've had 3 or 4 hospitals transfer patients to the west coast of Florida and to other parts of the state, and we work with them. They request help from the state as needed, and we'll mobilize transportation if we need to, or we'll work with intergovernment agencies to try to make sure we get them whatever resources they need.
Okay, and finally, did you learn any lessons that you might be applying now from Hurricane Charlie just a few weeks ago?
Well, we've learned a lot of lessons, even since Hurricane Andrew, and one of the first lessons we've learned is to be prepared, to try to understand that the issue that's most important to everybody is safety. FEMA is already on the ground. They've been working very closely with us. We've got disaster medical assistance teams prepared to move in as soon as the storm passes, once we know where we need to deploy those resources. And we've got, ice, water, all of those resources are right now being staged, so as soon as the storm is over, we can get the resources where they need to be delivered to.
Okay, Alan Levine, thanks for bringing us up to date, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Now to the Republican convention here in New York. The president formally accepts the party's nomination for a second